Heavenly Father, we praise you for who you are, for your majesty, for your grace and love. We are blessed by the works of your hands. Thank you for allowing us to celebrate our company's milestone and our new product, and for making this event possible. We pray that as we gather together as a family, May we be able to encourage one another and learn from each other. We lift up all the activities that have been planned to you, and may you be the center of Sugar King's The Grand Launch. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Supported by people with more than 20 years of experience in sugar trading, Sugar King Food Industries Incorporated started its operations in 2008. Since then, we have always aimed to fulfill and satisfy both wholesale and retail clients by sourcing high-quality sugar from different provinces across all regions. Now, we take pride as a manufacturer of the superfine powdered sugar that has the right blend, subtle sweet taste, and aroma, perfect for creating sweet food products like cakes and pastries. Sugar King Confectioner's powdered sugar doesn't have to go through the sifting process. No sift required saves you preparation and cooking time. Less the hassle, more the drizzle. We offer the finest premium quality powdered sugar that is most affordable in the market. Within your means, you can have your baked goods affordable too, without compromising the taste and quality. Rest assured that our powdered sugar is accurate in weight as it goes through strict quality process, making it worthy of every cent. Sugar King Confectioner's powdered sugar offers consistent quality up to the last dash, making it reliable on every baking needs. Sugar King Confectioner's powdered sugar, the new powdered sugar in town. Shift to no sift. Stay tuned, for we are bringing you more as we expand. Sugar King Food Industries Incorporated, adding sweetness to your life.
Hello everyone! Welcome to day 4 of Sugar King The Grand Launch. If you are celebrating with us today, let us know by commenting #Sugar King The Grand Launch. Yesterday, kasama natin si Chef Mermaid Takuge and gumawa tayo ng BT21 sugar cookies. Ang ganda and smooth ng pag-decorate ni Chef Mermaid and using royal icing. Here's the recap of yesterday demo.
Depende po sa design. Kasi ito, okay lang siya nga nakapatong sa surface. Meron din kasi ibang mga details like LOL. If you're familiar with LOL na mga cake, cookies.
Yes, opo.
Mga dal. Meron talaga siyang separate na circle for you to fill the ice. So ito, okay lang to kasi mga simple designs lang to.
Sobrang cute and ang ganda ng mga BT21 sugar cookies and ang daming nabigay ni Chef Mermaid ng mga tips sa ating mga home baker and cake artists. Thank you so much, Chef. Ready na ba kayo? Bare months na. Naamoy niyo na ba ang simoy ng Pasko? Today, makakasama natin si Chef MJ Lituco and he will be doing a modern gingerbread house. Magiging masaya na naman ang ating demo at marami na naman kayong matututunan. Kaya relax lang kayo and keep watching. Let's all welcome Chef MJ Lituco. Hi, Chef! Nandito ka pala. Kakabit ko muna sa itong lapel mo. Wait lang.
Okay.
So, teka lang, nanginginig yung kamay ko. Hindi ko
Huwag ka
alam paano ko,
masyadong manginig. We're just,
hindi ko
nothing
alam kung
formal.
paano ko
Okay?
ikakabit to. Sorry, ayan. So, okay ba? Naririnig niyo ba si Chef? Ako lang ang sisigaw. So, yun. Chef, ano ba yung gagawin natin ngayong araw? Ano
Okay,
ba ang
so,
topic ng demo natin?
okay, like what you've mentioned earlier, modern gingerbread. So, ito yung maliit na bahay na nakikita natin sa mga lobby ng hotel. So, usually decorated siya ng mga candies. Kasi classically, this creation or project is, created inspired by the Hansel and Gretel story.
Yes.
But this one, in-apply na natin siya or in-adapt na natin siya for our holiday festivities. So, this particular project, perfect siya for our, centerpiece sa Pasko. I know it's too early, but here in the Philippines, sobrang aga natin mag-celebrate.
Months na, pwede na tayo mag-start.
Yes, 'di ba? So, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa hotel to actually see those tiny, magnificently created gingerbread houses. You can actually make them at home. And of course, using our Sugar King powdered sugar. So, yun yung gagawin natin ngayon. And today, papakita ko sa inyo, bakit siya ginawang modern? So, usually kasi, syempre, gingerbread, gawa siya sa gingerbread cookies, diba? And may ititweak tayo ng konti. And later on, makikita niyo kung ano yung babaguhin natin ng konti dun sa ating project. And for this particular project, hindi tayo gagamit ng mga store-bought candies. Gagawin natin lahat ng decorations natin. So, this is actually a fun, activities that na pwede natin gawin sa bahay with our kids, especially, most of us are actually stuck at home during this pandemic. And you know what? Itutuloy natin yung Pasko, regardless kung may pandemic or wala. So, yun yung importante kasi Christmas signifies hope and, better days are actually coming. So, gagawin nating masaya and of course interactive. So, you know what? I just want to greet all of those friends who are watching different parts of the Philippines, from friends ko sa Cebu. So, maayong hapon. So I wish to visit Cebu anytime soon. But for now, I will be doing a project all the way here in Manila. So, manood lang kayo. And of course, may mga nanonood tayo from different parts of, the world. So,
Yes. Excited na ako. Actually, yung nakikita ko na medium ni Chef kanina, ang dami kong nakikitang magaganda.
Yes.
So, sobrang excited na ako. So, Chef, iiwanan na kita. Ikaw nang bahala dito.
huwag mo ko iiwan.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Gusto ng assistant ko. Okay, Chef.
Okay, so,
Ikaw na start na
thank you so much, Camille, for...
See you later, Chef.
Yeah, see you later. So, thank you so much, Camille, for that introduction. And like what Camille said, marami tayong gagawin today. And wala tayong gagamitin na store-bought candies. All of the things na gagamitin or didikit natin sa gingerbread natin, tayo mismo ang gagawa. So for example, this one is let me go ahead and... So this one is actually made out of gum paste. Siyempre, gamit ang ating Sugar King powdered sugar. And of course, later on, gagamit din tayo ng fondant. And this one also, which is a snowflake. So, very versatile yung material ng fondant and gum paste. We can actually, create different edible masterpieces. So, this is actually a very cute snowflake. And then, of course, gagamit din tayo ng royal icing gamit ang ating confectioner's powdered sugar brought to you by, of course, Sugar King. So, this is actually piped. Hindi nyo nakikita. So, piped siya na leaf, royal icing petal ng poinsettia. So, mamaya, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano i-assemble yung ating poinsettia na ginawa natin. So, for this particular project, yes, marami tayong gagamitin na decorations na tayo lang mismo gumawa. Okay? So, you might be thinking, Chef, bakit walang kulay, walang ano? Well, it's up to you kung gusto niyo lagyan ng kulay. But for this particular project, I want to highlight 3 major colors, which is white, then of course meron tayong red, and then meron tayong gold. Later on, I will explain bakit limited sa tatlong kulay yung ating project. Okay, without further ado, let's move on to our templates. So maraming templates that are actually available online that you can actually print. So ito siya. So pinrint lang namin siya. Then ako, madalas kong ginagawa, kina-cut out ko siya in a cardboard. So this will be my guide. Kasi while I was working in a hotel, we would make hundreds upon hundreds of gingerbread houses. So kailangan talaga namin ng template na maglalas. So this one, gawa siya sa cardboard. So importante for me to actually prepare our template para, we can actually, dito ko lalagay para kita nyo. Yan. So that will actually be our template for our project. So para tayong magiging karpintero, para tayong magiging architect for this project. And the good thing about this project, it's actually edible. And sobrang dali lang niyang gawin. And ayokong malimit kayo sa colors that I will be showing you today. And of course, the technique, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. And you know what? I want to talk about the good thing about Sugar King Confectioner's Powdered Sugar. So it's no sift. So basically, you are removing an extra step dun sa ating procedure. For example, you're making a cake and it requires, sifting, hindi na kailangan siyang isift. So sobrang importante na mabawasan ng konti yung ating, step for our preparations. And you know what? I've tried this product and it's really good. So, confectioner's powdered sugar, basically, it's the building blocks. So, you can actually use it with most of your edible creations. For example, gagawa ka ng wedding cake, you can use it for fondant, gum paste, and so on and so forth. Royal icing, string works. So, pwede nyo gawin yan yung mga professional cake makers. For our household moms, of course, you can actually use this for, making your beloved cookies, yung mga recipes na passed around or passed down from your grandma to you. You can actually make your crinkles, let's say crinkles and stuff like that, using your Sugar King powdered sugar. So this is actually a very versatile product in which maraming possibilities na pwede natin gawin. Okay, so ang magiging sequence ng project natin, of course, I will show you how to cut out yung pinaka-dough. But for this particular project, I will just show you for demonstration out of fondant. So basically for this project, pinrebake na natin yung ating mga gingerbread cookies. So let me go ahead and can I have the, okay. So this one. So with this one, chef, limited lang ba tayo sa gingerbread? You can actually use sugar cookies. If your kids are not fond of, using, or hindi sila sanay sa lasa ng ginger, you can actually use sugar cookies, and that's totally fine. Or any other cookies na pwede nyong i-roll out, and of course, form in and cut into similar. So ito yung cookie natin, and then ito naman yung template. So later on, I will show you how to cut. And magde-demo lang ako using a fondant on how to cut using our template. Okay? So yung mga template na to, it is available online. Merong simple, merong complicated, but it's up to you. Okay? So later on, after the demo, Sugar King will be posting the template so that you can, if you wish to recreate yung similar na project, maggagaya at maggagaya niya. Okay? Okay, so now, I will show you how to roll out your dough. Of course, for this demo, I will just be using fondant. By the way, this fondant, gagamitin natin din later for our finishing ng ating gingerbread. Okay? So, okay, can I have powdered sugar? Okay, so again, meron tayong template. So, simple lang naman sa cardboard. So, as long as it's clean, you have to consider gagamitin nyo siya sa pagkain. So, malinis dapat siya. Okay? So like what I've said, magdademo lang tayo on how to cut it. How to roll it out and cut your dough. So, let's just pretend that this particular fondant is a gingerbread dough. So, ulagay natin. So, by the way, if you are watching from different parts of, the Philippines or different parts of the world, just let us know kung saan kayo nanonood. Wow! Hello, Tita. So, my aunt is watching from Los Angeles, California. And of course, okay, so first and foremost, all right, so my other tita, which is Miss Lydia Grace, is watching from Obando. Thank you so much for watching. Wow, Sorsogon. Okay, so ang dami niyo palang nanonood. Thank you so much for watching. So without further ado, let me show you how to roll your dough. Let's assume this is actually your dough. And I actually have a parchment paper. So, lalatag lang natin yung parchment paper natin dito, and for our dough not to stick, lagay natin siya dito. Now, roll out lang natin siya. Middle, out. So basically, middle, pabaligtad naman. And then, pwede nyo siyang i-rotate. Okay? So, by rotating your dough, you will be able to roll it out ng thin as possible. Okay? So, yung kapal ng dough na gagamitin natin for our gingerbread, it's actually up to you kung gaano siyang kakapal, kung gaano siyang kanipis. But you know what? If you're starting out, huwag niyo masyadong nipisan kasi may tendency siyang mabali while actually baking. Wow, we have some viewers from Norway. Okay. So medyo nadidistract ako sa mga but keep those comments coming. And let me go ahead and get back to you in just a bit. So kung may mga tanong kayo, feel free to throw those questions, and with the help of Camille, sasagutin natin yan later on. So as of this moment, I'm just rotating and rolling it out in our desired thickness. So for this one, medyo thick siya. So depende na lang talaga kung how thick you want your gingerbread to be. Okay, so now, kasing laki siya ng ating template. So now we will be using a sharp edge tool. So now, I'm going to press. Pe-press lang natin siya. Tapos, given nga na cardboard yung ating template, firm siya at hindi siya magfo-fold versus kagamit lang ako ng regular paper. Okay? So, cut lang natin siya. Press firmly. Again, press firmly, and then we will cut it like so. Nung nagtatrabaho ako sa hotel, hundreds upon hundreds of gingerbread houses yung ginagawa namin. Para kami may village, para kaming may sariling subdivision ng mga gingerbread houses. And you know what? This project, pwede nyo siyang actually pagkakitaan. So ano tayo na iba? So I'm moving with a sharp cutter. Careful kasi sharp siya. Hello, Miss Ludi, which is watching all the way from Cebu. So thank you so much for your support. She's actually a member of... Yes po, go ahead. Yes. So to answer your question, yes, we need to chill the dough before we roll out. So basically, ang dough kasi kapag binamasa natin yan, meron siyang gluten. Okay? So kailangan muna siyang mag-relax. Kasi ang tendency niyan, kapag minix natin siya, tapos win-roll out natin siya, tapos kinot natin siya, ang mangyayari, mag-shrink siya. So magtataka kayo, bakit ganito yung template ko pero mas maliit yung bahay? So if you want your gingerbread houses to actually, look the same as your template, you have to chill your dough. It is quite important before you roll it out. Okay? So again, yung mga flour natin, which is, provided by our sponsor, which is Filmico, meron silang gluten na tinatawag or protein strands. Okay? So para silang ganun. And then all you have to do is relax the gluten in order for us to have a good result. So now, kung makikita nyo, I'm carefully handling the dough. Okay? So, importante na careful tayo sa pag-handle kasi any small cracks na magiging visible ngayon will affect dun sa finished product natin. Okay? So, maapektuhan yung ating finished product. So, there. So, we need to handle our dough as careful as possible. So, for example, can you please remove the okay. So now, mas madaling mag-handle ng dough kapag naka-parchment siya. And whenever you're working with a cookie, tatanggalin niyo yung nasa sides. Kasi may tendency na pinipick up natin yung sa middle. What we will do is, of course, we will handle or remove the dough dun sa sides natin. Okay? So now, we will bake this according to our recipe instruction. And then, technique. Okay? Kailangan natin siyang i-overcook. Kailangan maging dry siya for our project to be, firm and stiff. Okay, so may question tayo. How many minutes should we let the dough relax? Basically, as 10 to 15 minutes is more than enough to actually, relax the gluten and then roll it out afterwards. But you know what? If you are working on big batches, let's say gagawin yung business to, roll out nyo na, tapos chill nyo, and then balikan nyo na, and then cut it. Then by doing so, you are maximizing the time that is given to you to produce your gingerbread. So I will, wow, so we have someone watching from Dubai. So hello all the way from, hello to Darren all the way from Dubai. So I will now pass this on to my assistant. So we just did this for our demo. So again, pwede nating gumamit ng sugar cookies. Hindi lang siya limited sa gingerbread. Okay, so kung hindi kayo fan ng ginger, just go for sugar cookies. Okay, now, we are good with this one. So we will take this away. Now, let's clean up a little bit. One of the things na sobrang versatile at maraming gamit is royal icing. So I'm sure in the past few demos, pinakita sa inyo ni Chef Marie and of course other chefs kung paano gamitin yung royal icing to decorate our cookies. So now, I will show you how to use royal icing. Pipe naman siya. Okay? So, gagawa tayo ng petals or leaves ng poinsettia. So, gawin nating medyo social kasi syempre, hindi tayo makaka-visit ng mga hotels ngayon because of the pandemic. But, dadali natin yung hotel vibe sa ating bahay. So, we will create our very own gingerbread, of course, with our own style of decorating. Again, hindi tayo gagamit ng mga store-bought candies. We will make our very own decorations or edible designs or decors, okay? So we have this snowflakes, which is made out of gum paste. We have some picture frame, which is made out of fondant. Siyempre, gamit ang ating Sugar King powdered sugar. Okay? So, ganun ka-versatile yung powdered sugar natin kasi imagine royal icing, gum paste, fondant, and so on and so forth. Marami kayong pwedeng gamitin as decorating medium for your decorating or baking needs. Okay? So now, papakita ko naman sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng royal icing. Royal icing basics. So in the past few demos, I'm sure pinakitaan kayo kung paano gumawa ng royal icing, let's say, for flooding method, for piping. So maraming klase ng royal icing and again, it's up to you kung paano nyo siya gagamitin. Yes po, nakaka-excite siyang gawin together with your kids. I do agree with you, Miss Christine. And you know what? This is something, siguro kahit 1-year-old mag-e-enjoy sa project na to. So, and syempre in design, magva-vary kung bata ba talaga bata yung kasama niyo sa bahay or medyo modern and medyo millennial. So, syempre millennial tayo. So, medyo monochrome and modern ang ating gagawin. Alright, so Miss Maria is watching from Nagoya City, Japan. Hello, ma'am. So thank you so much for tuning in for our demo. Okay, so let's move on to our royal icing. Okay, so ano ba ang ingredients ng royal icing natin? To be honest with you, walang fix, walang standard na recipe for royal icing. Bakit? Depende yan sa environment nyo. You have to consider ang sugar ay hygroscopic. Ano ba yan, chef? Nosebleed naman ako sa term mo. Hygroscopic meaning meron siyang ability to absorb moisture from its surroundings. So, yun yung primary characteristic ng sugar. So, let's say, sabihin ko sa recipe, one egg white. Diba? It actually depends on your surrounding. Dry ba yung air? Humid ba? So, you know what? Learn how to check your surroundings kung kailangan ba ng royal icing yung a little bit more sugar. Kasi I'm sure if it's raining, your royal icing will require more of powdered sugar. Kapag naman dry yung environment, of course, less of the powdered sugar. So, again, the basics for royal icing would be egg whites and powdered sugar. You might be thinking, Chef, bakit walang cream of tartar? O kaya bakit walang lemon? Well, you have to consider ang cream of tartar, meron siyang, of course, it's a stabilizer. But for this particular recipe kasi, gagamit tayo ng color. So, kapag nilagay ko yung cream of tartar tsaka color, may tendency na mag-lighter yung kulay. So, merong bleaching reaction ang cream of tartar or lemon or any acid vinegar sa ating royal icing. Okay? So, we have Mel watching all the way from Cavite. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Okay. So, let me go ahead and pull up my KitchenAid. Or my mixer, sorry. Okay. Okay. Can I have eggs? So, our primary ingredient for our royal icing is, yes po, for sharing po ang ating gingerbread recipe, right after this demo, Sugar King page will post yung mga post-demo na, for example, yung templates, recipes natin, basic recipe for royal icing. All of those information will be posted afterwards. Okay, now, let's talk about eggs. Okay, hindi nyo, yan, eggs. Whenever, kapag gagamit tayo ng egg whites, importante, wow, okay. So, medyo nadidistract ako dun sa mga comments, but you know what? Thank you so much. We feel the support. You know, we have Diane watching all the way from Maui, Hawaii. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. So going back to the demo, let's talk about egg whites. So chef, meron bang effect yung temperature ng egg dun sa ating, let's say, meringue, or let's say, gagawa tayo ng meringue for macaroons or royal icing? Yes, meron po siyang effect. Okay? So generally, egg whites whip better. So pag sinabing whip better, nag-i-incorporate siya ng air. Egg whites whip better when it is slightly warm. So meron ako nabasa sa libro na blood temperature. So it's warm. It's as warm as your blood. So of course you don't have to check the temperature of your blood, but the general theory is, of course, kailangan warm yung ating egg white for us to actually, whip ng maayos yung egg whites natin. Now, let's say, chef, paano kung yung egg natin or yung fresh egg natin is coming from the ref? All we have to do is, of course, take it out of the ref, and then lagay natin siya sa slightly warm water. Okay, so we have Phoenix David, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for tuning in. So again, if the egg or your chicken egg is from the ref, lagay lang natin siya sa warm water para pababain yung temperature. Okay. Okay, enough talking. Gawa tayo ng royal icing. Okay, so meron na tayo naka-prepare na 2 egg whites. So, there. So, ang gagawin natin dito, i-whip natin siya up until, I call it it's a little bit frothy or bubbly na stage. Hindi siya firm, hindi siya, siguro malapit sa soft peak yung egg white. Okay, so if you are adding your cream of tartar, your vinegar, or your splash of lemon, eto na yung stage na yon. Okay, but for this particular project, hindi tayo gagamit ng cream of tartar kasi kukulayan natin siya. Okay? Okay, lalagay na natin ngayon siya sa mixer. One more thing, if you're dealing with egg whites, your bowl has to be free from impurities such as oil, let's say fat, butter, or any sort of impurities, let's say water. Kasi hindi siya magwe-whip ng maayos. Okay? Now, like what I've said, we don't have any standard recipe for our royal icing. Basically, tatansyahin natin siya kasi for the studio, yung humidity sa studio, it's quite dry. So I cannot really, give an exact ratio for the sugar. Again, you have to check kung kailangan pa ng royal icing yun ng more sugar or less sugar. So again, hindi tayo stricto dito. Meron stricto lang tayo for the cleanliness of our tools kasi we're dealing with egg whites. But technically, if we are coming up with a basic royal icing, you just have to check and if it needs more or less. Okay? Now, again, I'm going to crank up the speed ng ating KitchenAid. Again, we are looking for soft peak. All right, so we have Shelly Quero all the way from Finland. Thank you so much, Ate, for watching all the way from Finland. So, you know what? This is something that you can actually do with at home. Create a project, edible project such as this. You might be thinking, Chef, paano kung gusto naming i-display tapos gusto naming kainan later on? All you have to do is wrap it up with cellophane. And of course, para maprotektahan siya from, let's say, dust and so on and so forth. Then later on, merong modification dun sa ating gingerbread house. And papakita ko sa inyo kung bakit naging modern siya. Kasi, it's actually a fun activity later on. Let's say, pag Noche Buena na, you can actually smash or smash the house, and of course you can actually fill it in with, let's say, candies, let's say paper money, coins, and stuff like that. So you can actually fill it up. So it's like a piñata. Piñata yung pwede natin pukpukin during Christmas. So I suggest gawin nyo na to ngayon and then fill it up with goodies. Let's seal it up. Then on Christmas Day, we are going to smash it with, let's say, a hammer, for us to be able to check and of course get all of those goodies inside. So we have Joanna Sophia watching from Kauai and Isabela. Hello, Joanna. Okay, now let me go ahead and quickly show you the stage for our royal royal icing. See, it's quite soft. And this is the stage wherein we will introduce or slowly introduce our powdered sugar. Okay. So you know what, thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, hopefully, meron kayong idea na parang pwedeng pagkakitaan or pagkalibangan during Christmas or while waiting for Christmas. You know what, gawa kayo ng gingerbread house and then of course give it to your relatives and stuff like that. Okay, we have Miss Claire watching from Ilocos Sur. So, yeah, naka-ECQ daw sila. So, this is actually a fun project that you can do at home. Okay, now, let's go back to our project. Slowly but surely, I am adding approximately let's say 1/8 cup. So, hininaan ko lang yung speed para hindi magkaroon ng snow dito sa studio. Okay? So, little by little, we are adding our powdered sugar. So right now, while I'm introducing or incorporating the powdered sugar, ang speed natin is at 4 or 5. Okay, but then kanina, naka-full siya, which is 10. Okay. So, again, slowly, and then reducing our speed. All right, so Miss Mona is watching all the way from Bicol. Wow. Okay. So I think that's enough for now. Let's speed it up. All right, whenever you are using a mixer, it is important na kailangan nating i-mix every now and then. Okay? So let's turn it off. And then scrape the edges. So later on, makikita nyo kung ano yung consistency that we are actually looking for. Okay? So scrape the edges and the bottom, and then crank up the speed. Hello, Mr. Roldan, all the way from Doha, Qatar. Thank you so much for that comment. Okay. So, medyo matagal siya ng konti, but I ask for your patience. And later on, makikita nyo kung paano natin i-assemble yung ating gingerbread house. Alright, so Miss Naomi is watching all the way from Malabon. Okay, so our royal icing, gagamitin natin siyang for decoration. Magpa-pipe tayo ng petals. Tapos, gagamitin din natin siya as our pandikit. So, yun yung magiging semento natin for our bahay. So, magiging karpentero, magiging house builder tayo for today. And, I'm sure that particular concept will be enjoyed by your kids. Ano po yung COT? Cream of tartar. So basically, it's a stabilizer for our egg whites. And again, meron din siyang properties na nagbe-bleach or nagpapaputi ng, let's say, ng dough. Alright, so Miss Judith is watching from Taguig City. Hello, Miss Judith. Alright. So right now, every now and then, we are actually, mixing and scraping the sides so as wala tayo. So we have a question from Chris. Okay lang ba, chef, kung hand mixer? Of course, yes. But you have to consider medyo matagal yung pag-whip. And of course, kailangan mo lang talaga ng patience for this. And then pag tapos ka na sa royal icing mo, what I can suggest is that para hindi siya matuyo kagad, basain natin yung cloth and then, cover it dun sa ating mixer para hindi siya matuyo. Okay, that's one technique that you can actually apply para hindi mabilis matuyo yung ating royal icing. So for the past few demos, ang dinedemo nila is flooding icing or royal icing flooding method, which is thinned down or yung watered down na royal icing. And that's another technique. But for this particular project, ang kailangan natin is a little bit firm na pwede natin actually i-pipe. Chef, pwede ba itong ilagay sa cupcakes? It will be too sweet. So gagawin lang natin, gagawa lang tayo ng decorations and then i-assemble natin later. Okay. All right, so we will leave this to actually to firm up. While we're waiting for that, can I have the piping bag and the piping tip? So kung makikita nyo, this particular project, ang tip na ginamit ko dito is for leaves to make our poinsettia. So sobrang dali lang niyang gawin and later on, I will show you how to make this. Actually, ginawa lang namin siya kanina and ngayon, it's firm. Ito yung material na ginagamit sa carrots and na carrots na nilalagay sa carrot cake dun sa garnish na sa ibabaw. Alright, for the piping tip, can I have the piping tip for the leaves? Alright. Okay, can you please watch this na lang? Okay, I will show you what does piping tip. Medyo small siya, pero basically, pag sinabing leaf tip, pwede siyang gamitin. So yun. I'm using a bigger version, and then I will show you how to pipe it later on. Okay. Now, can we check the consistency? Okay. Check natin yung consistency mabilis. All right. So basically, we are actually looking for, a little bit firm, but this is actually good enough. It can go a little firm, but, for this particular project, pwede na to. Okay? So now, let's stick the mixer back in. Okay. Let me go ahead and move this on the side. Piping bag. So for those who are, new to baking, all you have to do is, make a C, form a C on your hand, and then fold it back, like so, like that. So naka-letter C lang tayo. So kuha tayo ng konti. And then we are using our thumb. Doon natin ipapahid yung royal icing. So let me go ahead and... Okay. Okay. So again, kita nyo ba? And then fill it in. Scrape natin dun sa thumb area. And then by doing so, you have a clean access to, the royal icing. Now, you have your royal icing. And then I will ask, and then we will damp this, and then we will cover it later on para magamit pa natin. Okay? Okay, can we keep this as well? Tapos, parchment, tray with parchment, please. Okay. Can I have the piping tip, please? Piping tip. Clean it up. All right, so, all right, let's clean up a little bit. Again, you have to consider you are dealing with food, so you have to maintain cleanliness. Okay? All right. Can I have the cutter? Where's the cutter, please? Ito na lang. Scissors. Right. Again, royal icing. Secure. So, dual purpose yung royal icing natin ngayon. Gagamitin natin siya as a binder. Pandidikit natin siya. Chef, is it okay to eat this royal icing even though the egg is not cooked? Yes. So, there is a fear of salmonella. But then, dito sa Pilipinas kasi wala tayong pasteurized egg whites. But then, yung high sugar content ng royal icing will actually preserve and, of course, kill those salmonella. So, yes, it's safe to eat. Okay? But of course, if you have access to overbeating, yes, meron po tayong overbeating sa royal icing. And kapag, again, depende sa paggagamitan nyo. Let's say, if you are using it for decorating, and then let's say flooding. Yung flooding method requires a thin royal icing version. So, we are moving away from overbeating kapag flooding method ang gagawin natin. But if you are creating pipe creations, okay lang naman na firm yung royal icing natin. Okay, now we do have our piping tip. Can you see it? All right, so piping tip, there. Can I have a piping bag, please? So we will secure our piping bags. So kung mapapansin nyo, Chef, bakit gumamit ka ng dalawang separate na piping bags? Para I can change the tip anytime I want. So pull out ko lang siya. So basically, just put that in and then place it there. Pwede po ba yan, Chef, for flowers? Yes. Yung mga classic royal icing flowers, pwede tayong gumawa using this particular royal icing. Okay? Now, okay? Can I have the tray, please? Tray. Okay. So with clean tray, ay gawa tayo ng bago nating okay, now we will just leave a dab of royal icing on the corners to actually hold it in place. Our parchment in place. Kasi yung oven namin dito, merong air or merong wind dun sa loob kasi convection siya. So, can I have some tissue, please? So, let's go ahead and try. So now, oops, okay. We will do the piping. Okay, saan ba? Okay na to. Okay, so to make our, petals, very basic lang. All you have to do is start, put some pressure, then wave, then drag. Okay? Again, put some pressure, wave, then drag. Put some pressure, wave, drag. Put some pressure, wave, then drag. So meron na tayong tips for our poinsettia. Sabihin mo, you might be thinking, Chef, bakit iba-iba yung sizes? Okay lang yan kasi iba-iba din ang sizes ng petals ng poinsettia. Again, let's do that. Then drag. So naka-sideways lang siya. Sideways lang. And all you have to do is keep your piping tip parallel dun sa ating tray. Then press. Then drag. Pressure, wave, 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 then drag. Pressure, wave, 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 tapos drag natin yung tip. Ganun din dito. Okay. All right, so basically, you can actually let it this air dry for, let's say, a few hours. But since kapag meron naman kayong oven, preferably electric, set nyo lang at the lowest temperature and then allow it to dry completely. Okay? So basically, so let me go ahead and do an up close. So madali lang siya. Madali lang siya na petal. And of course, I'm sure even kids will be able to, come up and play around with this royal icing. Okay, now, let's move on to the assembly. Chef, possible po ba na 1 egg white lang ang if konti gamitin? Yes, pwede naman as long as you are using a hand mixer. Kasi ang problema sa standard mixer, minsan hindi na-reach yung bottom. So kapag sobrang konti yung egg whites mo, hindi siya na-mix ng maayos. So if you're using, let's say, a hand mixer, you will be able to mix it up until dun sa bottom ng bowl. And basically, makakagawa ka pa rin ng royal icing. So now I will leave this to dry. And then we will now go on to our assembly. So now, iisa-isahin natin yung mga components natin for this particular project. So again, for this template, we will be needing dalawa na roof, dalawa na front and back of the house, and then dalawang side ng bahay. Okay, so tatlo lang yung templates natin. So dalawa, dalawa, dalawa. So it's as simple as that. And then all you have to do is bake your base and assemble. So ito na yung fun part. So now that we have talked about the basics on how to create or come up with your royal icing, now we will make our our gingerbread houses. And again, it will be a modern minimalist look. So, medyo seryoso ng konti, medyo pang hotel lobby yung gagawin natin. So depende na kung ano yung approach na gusto nyo. But for this particular recipe, ganin yung magiging approach natin. Okay? Now, I will be showing you the components for our decorations, our edible decorations. Again, like what I've said earlier, we will be needing 2 panels for the roof. We will be needing 2 panels for the front of the house. And of course, the back of the house. And then sides. Okay, now, this one, all you have to do is bake it a little bit longer. You have to dry it completely. So, if you can actually hear it, so medyo dry siya. Okay? So, importante yun, especially if you are actually going to give it away or you are going to put it on as a decoration. Chef, ano po ang shelf life ng gingerbread, lalo na po nilagyan ng royal icing? Alright, so that's a very good question coming from Miss Edna. Ganong katagal daw ang shelf life? So, to answer that question, the main reason why we are actually drying up our dough or our cookie and our royal icing is to extend the shelf life. Okay, so I'm siguro safe na rin, let's say 1 month or let's say 2 months yung royal icing as long as it's completely dry. Again, may mga reservations tayo. It has to be completely dry. It has to be kept in an airtight container, tsaka it has in a clean environment. So yun yung mga reservations to extend the shelf life of our gingerbread. Okay? Pero meron ako mga nakikita na display sa hotel na parang it can go up until January. So hindi naman siya nagmo-molds. Again, ang kailangan lang natin gawin is to remove the moisture out of our royal icing and of course out of our cookies. Now, let's go ahead and assemble this. By the way, remember earlier we are going to modify the other panel. So there are 2 roofs, diba? So ito siya. We are going to replace the other side with isomalt panel. So can I have the isomalt panel? So ayan siya. Ayan, hindi siya nakikita kasi. Let me go ahead. So ito naman, this particular step is actually, depende na sa inyo kung gusto niyo siyang gawin. But, just to elevate the gingerbread house, again, kaya ko siya pinalitan ng isomalt kasi we can actually fill it up with goodies and then partially makikita through the isomalt sugar yung laman nung gingerbread house. And of course, let's say pag Pasko na, we are going to smash the roof and of course have access to the goodies that is inside. So we can, level up our gingerbread by, incorporating these types of, modern decorating techniques. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and assemble our cake, gingerbread house rather. Okay, can I have the royal icing? I think it's going to be too soft, no? Medyo too soft siya. Okay, can you please show me the pipe poncechas? Okay, so I'm gonna show you the pipe poncechas. So we were able to make some, red. Kaya talagyan natin siya dito. And then i-assemble natin siya later on in a circular pattern to actually create our poncechas. So now these are already made. Let me go ahead and fix the royal icing. Can I have another piping bag? So again, let's say, Chef, anong ratio ng isomalt? Kasama po ba? You know what, for Miss Catherine, for the isomalt, tinunaw lang namin siya. It's actually an isomalt powder, and then dry method lang siya. Sinubject lang namin siya sa heat, tinunaw, then binuhos namin to any desired mold. But you have to be careful, isomalt is very hot. Okay, so you have to be extra careful with that. So now I'm preparing my piping bag for our assembly. Okay. So for our other panel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some fondant over it. Okay? Para lang mapakita ko sa inyo kung paano natin gamitin. What if, Chef, pwede ba natin gumamit ng fondant? So again, we are going to roll it out. Rolling pin, please. So we're just using white as a base. Can I have the powdered sugar? Powdered sugar, please. Okay. So we're just gonna dust our working station. Kaya nag-stick siya ng konti. So reverse. So basically, gagamit tayo ng fondant panel for our other roof para we can apply texture. So depende na sa inyo kung anong texture yung gusto nyong gawin, but we are going to apply a little bit of texture with the fondant. Question, cookies, ingredients? Yes, like what I've said earlier, pwede kayong gumamit ng kahit anong cookies, such as sugar cookies, kung ayaw nyo ng gingerbread cookies. So as long as you can actually roll it out. So okay. Can I have some royal icing? And then spatula. So, so we are using the royal icing para mag-adhere ng konti yung fondant natin. Okay. Okay, masyado pang maliit. So again, your decorating techniques is not limited to these types na ano natin. So can I have the cutter? So I'm using a blade. You might be thinking, Chef, ba't hindi sakto? Meron tayong gagawin dyan. Okay. So just type it in if you have any questions with regards to our project. Okay, now, can I have the veinner, please? And then the dusting gold dust, as well as the dusting powder. Okay, now, I'm currently using a veinner, a leaf veinner. So, teka lang, makita natin siya. So, leaf veinner. Para lang lagyan natin ng konting texture ang ating fondant. So if you, let's say you have a snowflake, so I'm just pressing it firmly para meron tayong konting texture. Just to add interest dun sa ating base color. Again, we are just dealing with 3 colors, which is white, red, and gold. So as of this moment, di pa siya masyadong obvious. Pero it's going to be visible anytime soon kapag nilagyan natin siya ng gold dust. Okay. So we're just gonna tidy up the edges. And then we are using an edible gold dust. So yan, lumalabas na yung patterns. Okay. We're making a little bit of mess, but it's part of the step. Now, okay, paki-cut na lang yung excess fondant. Okay, so ano yung finished product natin? So we were able to create some textures dun sa roof using our fondant made with sugarcane. Now, let's go ahead and assemble our cake or our gingerbread house. Again, let's clean up. Again, do not be limited by the techniques. And then of course, the colors that I'm showing right now, it's up to you kung anong gusto nyong color. Can we empty this first? Okay, empty. Okay, we will now assemble our house. So ito yung magiging patungan niya or magiging cake board niya to actually, to level up our presentation. Okay. Now, anything, can I have no, yung, this one. Royal icing, please. Okay. So now we do have our royal icing. This will serve as our cement or bonding agent. Sorry for that. Gotta clean up. So you might be thinking, Chef, paano natin siya i-assemble? Madali lang. So you have to check. So ima-mock up natin siya. So gawin natin siya dito sa ibabaw para mas kita niyo. Pwede po ba siyang ilagay sa ref? Unfortunately, hindi siya advisable ilagay sa ref kasi it will absorb moisture. Again, ang sugar, nag-absorb siya ng moisture. Ang cookies, porous or meron siyang mga small holes, mag-absorb din siya ng moisture. So to answer your questions, pwede, but it's not advisable. Okay, so let's start assembling. So what I'm going to do, line up natin siya ng konti. Okay. So isi-secure na lang natin siya dun sa board para mag-stand. So if you have any like canned let's say beans or any canned products, you can actually use those canned items to hold the walls, the front of the house in place, so that you can manage and build. So now I will be asking my assistant to help me with this because we don't have any cans. Okay. So medyo camera siya yung assistant ko. So okay. So basically, I'm using the royal icing as a cement to actually stick the walls in place. Teka, kala ko nalaglag. Okay. So using a small spatula, I'm just gonna clean up the edges. So baka mareklamo yung gumawa yung contractor ng bahay. So we have to clean it up a little bit. So as of this moment, the ano pong bonding agent na ginagamit? No, we are using the royal icing that we did or that we prepared earlier to actually, prepare our gingerbread house. So I'm just applying a thin coat of royal icing to the sides. So by the way, Sugar King powdered sugar is available to at your nearest baking supply store. So you can prepare and come up with your gingerbread house after this particular demo. So ito yung isang panel natin. So, but before anything else, mag-assemble tayo ng poinsettia. So Christmas flower, so we will set this aside to actually dry. So yung semento natin, which is made out of royal icing, we will allow it to dry and allow it to set in just a bit. Okay, now, poinsettia petals. We are going to use the prepared petals. Now, remember the panel that we prepared earlier. We are going to use that as a base for our flower. Okay? Meron ba dyang ano? Yeah, can I just have that? The board, yes. Okay. So medyo social yung ating assembly board. It's a cheese board. Okay, now to assemble our flower, we are going to choose the largest petal. So okay. Molder. Wala po tayong molder pero meron tayong template. So the template will be provided after the demo. So you can go ahead and create your very own gingerbread house. So what I'm doing right now, so let me go ahead and show it to you. I am arranging the petals in a circular motion or in a circular pattern. Yes, ma'am, it's actually very fun to make. So, especially with kids, sky's the limit ang creativity nila. So, just allow them to create these types of projects. So again, we are just choosing or selecting yung mga malalaking petals. We are arranging them in a circular pattern. Now, overlap lang tayo. So, yun. So, basically, fino-form lang natin yung poinsettia petals. So, if you have other questions, just type it in, and of course, we will answer it for you. As long as it's baking related, okay? Yes, very timely po ang ating project. I know it's too early considering we are, just at September. Pero this is actually a very good project to work with. So right now, I'm just finishing off the flower or the Christmas flower, which is poinsettia. And then we will just add a little bit of dust sa gitna. Okay, so now I will create another flower here. So a smaller white poinsettia. So basically, para lang ako nag-assemble ng Lego, just stick and paste. So yan. So perfect to sa mga plantito, plantita, Christmas edition, poinsettia. So for those who are watching, stick around kasi later on we will have our raffle. We will be giving away some stuff. All right. Again, we will finish it off with some. Okay? So hindi siya masyadong ma-appreciate sa camera kasi hindi niya makuha yung red. But it's actually very red in person. Okay? So we are going to add a little bit more and we are going to move on to the different panels to actually finish off our project. So, perfect to for kids kasi para lang ako naglalaro. Stick and paste, pipe and paste. So, perfect for kids. And of course, kids at heart. You can actually come up with an activity sa bahay nyo wherein, whoever will come up with a beautiful gingerbread house will win something. Okay. So we will leave this to dry for just a little bit, and then we will move on to our next panel. Okay. So I'm thinking, remember the picture frame? Can I have the picture frame? So this is actually made out of fondant. We are going to place it in front of the house, like so. Okay? But before that, let me go ahead and trim it up. All right? And then we are going to secure it with our cement, edible cement, which is our royal icing. Okay, let me go ahead and secure if it's centered. And we are go. We're good. Can you see that? There. Okay. So medyo serious na social na gingerbread house yung ginagawa natin ngayon kasi limited ang colors. Garnish with a little bit of gold and ilang minuto po bago malagyan ng ang ibig sabihin niyo po ba ganong katagal bago matuyo yung royal icing? It actually depends on the humidity ng place nyo kasi itong place air conditioned so mabilis siyang mag-dry. Okay? So by the way, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up, but this is what we've done so far. So we are focusing on the panels of the house to actually put some edible decorations on it. Okay. So, okay. Let's move on to our isomalt panel. Ito naman, ito na yung isomalt panel natin. Again, para makikita natin kung ano yung laman dun sa gingerbread house. So now, we are going to stick it directly, tapos lalagyan natin siya ng embellishments later on. So, I'm gonna put it here. Lagyan lang natin ng additional layer to secure. So you might be thinking, Chef, may konting basag. It's okay, we will cover it up. Okay, secure. We go ahead and show it to the other side para makita nyo. Okay. So, kailangan natin siyang i-secure with, a little bit of force. Oops, it's moving. So medyo mabigat siya, but it's okay. Right, nagsislide siya. Paano naman? Pa-hold na lang dito sa side. Yeah. So we're just waiting for this particular panel to stick up. Let me go ahead and repair the rest. So para siyang glass house. So for those who are actually, working with plants, para siyang glass house yung effect niya. Okay? So we'll just put some, kalsuhan mo siya para. Will it be enough? Remove. Okay. Let me go ahead and hold it for you. Okay, so pagpatong-patungin lang natin, tapos lagyan mo yung... So we are using the gingerbread house, the person to actually hold it in place. Okay. So again, if you're at home, you can actually use yung mga canned goods. So you have to make sure that the design of your house is well made. Paano ipakat yung isomalt? Actually, gumamit kami ng template. Nag-cut out lang kami ng ganito. Pero meron siyang parang small pool underneath. Okay. So while this one is drying, I will go ahead and decorate it with... Let me go ahead and check. So now, can I have the snowflakes? So now we do have snowflakes, which is made out of gum paste, prepared. So we are just going to stick those onto the panel. So yung other side, we are actually decorating it with poinsettias. The other side, we are decorating it with snowflakes. Para frosted yung dating. So we're just layering several sizes para perfect. We're almost done. So we're just waiting for the royal icing to actually firm up. So I'm just sticking some snowflakes in front of the house. So may budget po yung bubong nila. It's made out of glass. All right, so basically we're just finishing up. And you know what? This is I've made myself clear that this is a fun project to do. So right after this demo, we will be giving you, or we will be posting the instructions on how to make, para you can actually replicate, your very own, or come up with your very own gingerbread house. So there. Again, there's no right or wrong design to follow. It's up to you, however you want your house to look. Okay? So you have the liberty to actually design and create your very own edible house. Okay? So para makita niyo yung ginagawa ko dito sa harapan, twist ko siya. Secure, secure. Okay, so again, this side, paano kaya malagyan ng ilaw? You know what? Marami namang nabibili na fairy lights that you can actually put. You know what? That's actually a very good idea. You can put fairy lights sa loob para nagla-light up yung nyo. That's a good idea, Miss Boots Flores. So good idea yun. Yun, naglag. Dikit lang natin ulit. So konti na lang. I ask for your patience. We're almost done. Okay. Again, the other side is studded with snowflakes. The other side naman, poinsettias. So ngayon, lagyan natin ng poinsettia sa harap. Maliit lang. So you might be thinking, Chef, bakit limited sa red, white, and gold yung colors natin for today? So, Christmas is all about, Jesus coming to earth. So, basically, yun yung sinisignify ng colors na to. So I don't want to move out of the concept of Christmas whenever I would decorate something. So, the red signifies the blood. The white, of course, signifies the purity. So, the gold is, of course, yung almighty concept nung binigay sa atin na gift. So, you know what? We don't want to move around or move away from that concept. That's why we are keeping this in 3 colors, which is red, white, and gold. So, I think it's time. Hopefully, medyo mabigat siya. So, kinakabahan ako. But you know what? Yan. Kinakabahan ako. Pero, yan. But, let me go ahead and move that around. Yeah. So, basically, yan, medyo mabigat kasi yung ating panel. Go ahead and stick that up. Okay. Okay, one more poinsettia up front, and then we are good to go. Miss Camille, gusto mo na ba paraffle?
Pwede na nga.
So, yun. So while I'm finalizing this design, you can go ahead and do the raffle.
Chef, kamusta na yan?
Ayun, ongoing ang ating construction. So may budget yung ating pero medyo matagal siyang matuyo. But, it's on its way.
Yeah.
Kaya naman siya before Christmas.
Kaya naman. Chef, sorry kung sumisigaw ako kasi alam mo na, malayo yung mic natin. Naririnig niyo ba ako ng clear? Miss Malin, naririnig mo ba ng clear? Of course, naririnig nila ng clear. Chef, alam mo ba, bala ko na magpatayo ng bahay.
Sige.
Sa'yo.
Sa akin. Okay.
Joke lang. So yun, habang tinatapos ni Chef MJ yung modern gingerbread house, magpaparaffle po muna ako. But before that, gusto ko pasalamatan yung mga partners company natin. So we have the Pilmico Floor. So thank you sa Pilmico and Chef Carla for sponsoring our event, the Sugar King The Grand Launch. Siyempre gusto natin makilala si Pilmico. So Miss Malin, pwede mo bang i-play yung company video nila para sa mga viewers natin?
Right now, a woman gets ready to open her business. A farmer checks on his livestock. A baker takes out her first batch. In every part of the world, each day starts anew with their mission of bringing satisfaction and happiness through food. Each bread kneaded with love. Each meal handled with care. This noble undertaking is our passion, to provide the best of ingredients and the best of breeds. By being your partner, we have the opportunity to feed the world. We are one food group. The food subsidiary of one of the top conglomerates in the Philippines, Aboitiz Equity Ventures. With over 100 years of advancing business and communities, we occupy a niche in its core businesses by being its integrated food and agribusiness company. Guided by our principles of guidance, consistency, and results, we are dedicated to partnering with our stakeholders to grow and scale their businesses. Above and beyond our quality products, we provide solutions and build partnerships for growth. As one of the industry leaders, we are relentless in our pursuit of excellence by acquiring capacities and capabilities to further expand our footprint across the Asia Pacific. Today, Pilmico and Gold Coin have a strong multinational presence. We have multiple research and production facilities all over the Asia Pacific. We take pride in continuously cultivating an agile and multicultural workforce that is driven by our values of integrity, teamwork, innovation, and responsibility. With these combined strengths, we are equipped to take a leadership position in innovating the food value chain. After a day of labor, everyone deserves a bountiful harvest that will bring happiness in every gathering, in every order, and in every plate we come home to.
Ayun. Chef, tapos ka na ba dyan sa iyong mother gingerbread house?
Well, basically, nasa construction site pa rin tayo.
Yes, hindi pa siya tapos. So, habang tinatapos ni Chef yung gingerbread house niya na modern, magpaparaffle muna kami. So, Chef, balita ko manghihingi ka ng unan. Kanino ka ba manghihingi ng unan?
Gusto ko yung unan sa sa likod natin. Ito.
Yan. So, baka naman, Chef Wilbert. Nanonood si Chef Wilbert. So, yun.
Kala ko flour ang laman, pero...
Hindi, unan. Unan yung laman niya. So, ayun. Para makasali kayo sa giveaway ni Pilmico, #Bake with Pilmico Flour. So, ayun. So, Miggy, ready ka na ba? So, yun. Inaantay lang natin yung mga entries nila. Kung ilan yung sasali, so, mamimigay kami ng apron, head cap, and dos scraper. So, yun. Ng Pilmico. And syempre, yung pillow, paparaffle namin yan. Pero, sa Sabado pa namin siya ipaparaffle. Yes! Sa last day. Alam mo, Chef, #Pilmico, bake with Pilmico flour ka lang.
Sige.
Para makasali ka.
Gagawin ko yan.
So, Miggy, pa-draw naman ako. Actually, meron tayong mga nanonood from Monday pa sila nanonood. Ang dami na nilang nahakot na na prizes. Nakakatuwa, nakatutok talaga sila. Ayun, chef pa-announce.
Shane Saludes.
Congratulations, Miss Shane Saludes! Paki-screen cap po yung name ninyo and then paki-send po sa Facebook ni Sugar King, complete name, address, and contact numbers. Thank you po. Next po, next draw. Ayan, sino kaya? Meron dito, everyday na nanalo siya, nakakatuwa. Kasi lagi siyang nanonood. Ayun, chef.
Marcris Upena. Or Upenya?
Congratulations, Miss Marie Chris Upena. Yeah, congratulations po. Next.
Parang gusto ko talagang bumalik sa Saturday for this.
Pwede ka naman bumalik sa Saturday, chef. Actually, chef, hanggang 8 p.m. pa yung demo namin sa Saturday.
Talaga
Yeah,
ba?
with Chef Valerie and Christina. May demo
Wow.
kami sa Saturday, 8 p.m. po. So yun, manood po kayo.
Miss Erlyn Yen Yu.
Yes, congratulations po. Actually, si Miss Erlyn, lagi siyang nanonood kasi parang yesterday ata o isang araw, nanalo na rin siya. So yun, thank you po. Thank you sa Pilmico. And then, our next partner company po ay si Max Ideas and Mellowware. So, sino nga ba si Max Ideas? So, panoorin natin to.
Max Ideas Marketing Corporation was established in 2005 with the creation of Urban Kitchen, a modern brand of acrylic tableware products. Since then, we expanded and developed several brands and products aimed to satisfy its business clients in the food service industry and corporations for their corporate giveaway needs. With the aim to be the one-stop solution for our clients' food service needs, we produce an extensive line of products that serve and preserve food. We also import quality and innovative products from notable brands across the globe that include Chinaware, flatware, glassware, buffetware, cookware, hollowware, food storage and transportation, banquet equipment, linens, amenities, and many more. What makes us different? Our dynamic and creative in-house designers are your partners in every project, supporting the product from conceptualization to final artwork. We have our own manufacturing plants. Thus, we take full control on the production of our merchandise for just-in-time stocks and production. Our products undergo strict quality processes and are made from the safest raw materials aligned to your company standards. Rest assured that your expectations are met, as we complied with global standards such as SEDEX Members Ethical Trade Audit, Disney International Labor Standards, and Bureau Veritas II Factory Audit. With outstanding service and product quality, Max Ideas Marketing Corporation has been trusted by different food service and hospitality business giants in the Philippines. Providing high-standard service from initial contact up to the after-purchase service, we help our clients effectively draw a wider market and satisfy their marketing needs. We at Max Ideas practices total quality management by doing things right the first time, every time. Progressively innovating and supplying top-of-the-line products, achieving total customer satisfaction. Max Ideas Marketing Corporation, your one-stop solution for your food service needs.
Yes. Thank you, Max Ideas and Mellowware. So, for Max Ideas po, ang ipaparaffle nila ay cloth icing and spatula. So, hashtag Max Ideas po tayo sa lahat. Wow, ang dami naman ng entries natin. Totoo ba yan? 71! O sige, Miggy, draw mo na yan for cloth icing. Cloth icing. Si Miggy sumali. Congratulations to
Gina Aparte.
Gina Aparte. Yes, tama. Nanalo ka ng cloth icing. O yan, may magagamit ka na pang royal icing mo. Okay, ang ating next ay spatula. Pakidraw naman, Miggy. Congratulations po kay Chef. Ikaw po mag-announce.
Boots Flores.
Congratulations, Boots Flores. Nanalo ka ng spatula. So, ayun nga po, screen cap nyo lang po and then pakisend po sa Facebook page namin. And para po sa ating last, from Mellowwares, bread tray po ito. So, dapat po, hashtag Mellowwares. So, yun po, dapat ang hashtag natin. Chef, huwag ka na sumali. Hindi, joke lang. Bibigyan na lang kita. So, yan. Hashtag Mellowwares for bread tray po. So, yun. Antayin natin. Paabutin natin ng ano yan, 50 pataas or 100. So, maganda tong bread tray ni Mellowwares, ha? Nabuksan ko na to sa mga dati naming demo. Ayoko lang buksan na ulit. Kayo na lang tumingin. Sige, Miggy, pakidraw ako. So, isa po yung mananalo natin ng bread tray. Hashtag Mellowwares. So, sino kaya ang mananalo ng Mellowwares? Congratulations po!
Edna Cruz. What's that? Mechilina.
Score natin social. Congratulations po, Miss Edna Cruz Mechilina! So, yan. And, syempre, ang ating last partner po, nagpapasalamat kami kay Cleo Food Keepers. So, eto po si Cleo Food Keepers. Panoorin niyo po ito. Thank you, Cleo Food Keepers. So, sa mga gustong manalo ng Cleo Food Keepers, hashtag Cleo Food Keepers with S po, ha? Kasi dalawa sila eh. So, ayun po. So, ano po ba pwede nyo ilagay sa Cleo Food Keepers? Pwede flour, cocoa, anything po. So, pwede siyang storage dito sa loob. Malaki po siya. So, dalawa yan. So, hashtag Cleo Food Keepers. Ayan, marami na po nag-participate. Sige po, pa-draw po ako ng meron po tayong 3 winners. Go, Miggy. So, naghang po ata si Miggy. Ayun.
Dahil dyan, ako na mag-uwi nito.
Late lang pala.
So, congratulations, Miss Yen Lee.
Congratulations po, nanalo po kayo ng Cleo Food Keepers. So, meron pa po tayong dalawa. So, yun, pa-draw po ako. Kumikidlat na? Bakit po kaya? Gusto rin ata ng Cleo Food Keepers.
Alright, congratulations, Miss Zay Rin.
Congratulations po, Miss Zayri. Nanalo kayo ng Clio Food Keeper. So, last one.
Feeling ko ako na yung last one.
Sino ba? Sino ba yung mananalo? Congratulations to...
Congratulations, Miss Laarni Hill.
Congratulations, Miss Laarni Hill. Nanalo kayo ng Clio Food Keepers. So, yon. Pero hindi pa tayo tapos, Chef.
Hindi pa ba?
Yes, kasi meron pa tayong mananalo ng isang hand mixer.
Ay, gusto ko yun.
Sila yung mga nag-participate. Sila yung mga nag-participate sa ating mga local baking supply store. Ay, sige, Chef. Ikaw ang mag-model niyan. So, ayan.
Sasayaw-sayaw ng kunyari.
Sige, Chef. Sayawan mo na lang yan. Ay, hindi naman. So, sila, yung mga nakasali po sa ating hand mixer, sila po yung mga bumili ng worth 500 pesos ng Sugar King sa mga participating store po namin. So, ayan. Miggy, ano na ako ng spin the wheel. Spin mo na yan. Congratulations to...
Is that Nisha Gonzalez?
Yes. Congratulations to Nisha Gonzalez. Nanalo ka ng hand mixer. Congratulations po. Chef, tapos na ba yung modern gingerbread mo?
Okay, technically, meron pa siyang supports, pero it's basically done na siya.
Yes. Kung
So,
nakikita nyo sa
nakikita
inyong
ba?
screen, yes, nakikita
Oo.
nila.
Hindi po kasama yung measuring cup. So, support lang siya. So, again, beautiful things takes time. So, yan. Pero as early as now, so I leave the decision to you kung maganda ba talaga yung gingerbread house na nagawa natin.
Ayan.
So, ito yung isang panel ng roof. And then yung isa naman, syempre medyo may budget.
Naka-glass.
Yan. Naka-glass.
Sabi ko nga kay Chef na ako magpapagawa ng bahay eh.
Diba? So, yung idea kanina na pwede daw bang lagyan ng ilaw sa loob, fairy lights, yes, we can do that. It will add interest dun sa centerpiece natin. So, ito naman yung harap. Sorry, ito pala yung harap. Yan. Ayun. So, medyo simpleng social yung approach natin sa ating bahay. So, again, hindi pa siya tuyo pero we're basically done with our gingerbread house. Again, gawa ito sa ating Sugar King powdered sugar. So, yung ating poinsettia na inassemble natin kanina, which is red and white. So, individually pinayip natin yung petals, tapos inassemble natin ang pabilog. And then, of course, yung bahay, yung door frame, which is made out of fondant. And then, yung kabilang side, which is, yan, gawa sa glass. And gawa sa gum paste yung ating snowflakes. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Chef MJ. Pero Chef, ano yung mabibigay mong advice sa mga nagsisimula pa lang sa pagbe-bake or sa pagde-decorate, sa gustong sumunod sa yapak mo sa pagde-decorate ng gingerbread house? Kilala niyo si Chef, naggagawa ka ng sumasali siya ng mga competition. Di ba yung mga iba parang walang tiwala sa sarili, parang, hindi ko to kaya. Pero kaya naman talaga nila, kulang lang sa push. Ano yung mabibigay mong advice and tips sa kanila?
Of course, kailangan equip natin yung sarili natin with the right skill. And then of course, equip din natin yung sarili natin with, passion and perseverance. Kasi like what I've said during the opening, you will encounter so many, difficult recipes, failed recipes, pero you have to keep moving forward. And of course, by using, the right ingredients, quality ingredients, you will be able to create masterpieces, edible masterpieces such as this. Okay? So yun, so go lang tayo ng go. And of course, keep, i-enhance lang natin enhance yung skill.
Yes, mag-practice lang kayo na mag-practice. And then, if you have any questions sa ginawa ni Chef, feel ko naman, re-replyan kayo ni Chef pag nag-chat kayo sa kanya. Si Chef pa ba? So, yun. Pero yun nga, hindi pa natatapos dito yung ating Sugar King The Grand Launch dahil meron pa tayo tomorrow with Chef Clyden San Pedro. So yun,
Manonood din ako, no?
same time, 2 p.m. with Chef Clyden San Pedro. Tomorrow po yan, afternoon. So sana po, magkita-kita po tayo ulit tomorrow ng hapon. Dito lang po sa Sugar King Facebook page. Maraming salamat po and see you! Bye!